Hello and welcome to another episode of I Will Automate Everything in My Life. On today's episode, waving a flag. See, I have an injury called a ganglion cyst, which means waving a flag hurts after a while. And what better way is there to show my support? So let's do some research. Over to the desk. Transitions are fun, aren't they? Let's start by just Googling flag waving machine. Okay, here's an American flag waving machine. It's pretty cool, but not what I'm after. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. School science project. I wouldn't say it's really a flag waving machine. It's more of a flag tilting machine. Here we go. Flag waving machine. Home science. Always a good one. Again, I wouldn't say it's a flag waving machine. Again, it's kind of more like a flag tilting machine. It doesn't have enough momentum to like throw the flag around. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Facebook. It's gonna be a good one. Okay, we're getting there. It actually waves a flag. That's good. It's a bit big. But, I do think it's kind of gonna break itself eventually with the thrusting it's doing, but it looks really good. We've exhausted videos. Let's go into photos. Right, scrolling down, I'm not really finding anything interesting, so I guess we have to do it ourselves. Let's do some research. I bought a couple flags for this project. So what is the best way of waving a flag? I mean, I can put it on like a linear actuator and make it go back and forth, but that's not very portable. There's the rotating method, which just no. I could just get a fan and just do that, but I feel like, you know, let's pretend I am in the midst of Pride and I'm standing there like this. I just don't think this is fabulous enough. Personally, I think this is the best way of waving a flag. We've got two things happening here. We've got the tilt, which is tilting which way the flag is facing, and then we've got the actual wave, which by itself works, but it doesn't quite look right. So we need the tilt to face the flag into the wind. But that would mean I'd need like two servos, one to do that, and one to do that. Jesus, this is like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. Let's figure out a different way. Let's play around with a servo. It's still hot. Right, so what I've set up here is a quick little servo tester with a hot glued flag on it, which lets me move it back and forth. And as you can see, if I go slowly, this actually works pretty well. It's when I start sort of speeding up that the flag kind of starts going haywire. And if I put it in the middle, stop. Oh, is it just the... Oh, it's just trying to correct itself. That's so cute. Okay, so after a little bit of testing, I think I have what I'm looking for. I put the vise on a little bit of an upwards tilt, and now the flag kind of falls into place the way I want it to. I do have to give it time either side to like flip over to the side, but I think that is a pretty good proof of concept. So with all of that information, let's jump into some CAD. I forgot the servo tester had an auto mode. By CAD, of course I mean whiteboard CAD. First, let's go over the electronics I'm going to be using. Servo, a D1 Mini, because that's all I ever use for projects anymore, a battery management system, some recycled vape batteries, because I have so many of them now. Thank you for friends that give me their old vapes, so I can upcycle them into my projects. And just a simple switch. So I want a box that like houses all of these with like little compartments. So we've got like batteries at the bottom, D1 Mini here, doesn't make 3D sense. We want a switch to be like at the front here-ish, and the battery charge controller to be like here. And obviously we'll be connecting the D1 mini to the charge controller, which will then be connected to the switch, which will then connect to the batteries, and magic will happen. Right, so let's do this in real CAD and go over that. So I started designing this on my iPad with an app called Shaper 3D, which is what I've been using to design everything up to this point, but I decided to finally give in and learn how to use Fusion 360. Honestly, I found it very overwhelming this whole time, but I finally did it, I finally learned, so let's go over what I've been doing. Okay, so this is the flag waver. If I remove this, you can see we have all of the electronics in here. We've got the D1 mini, the switch, the batteries, the battery controller, and the servo at an angle. We can put the box back on. And look, I even made a joint. It took me like an hour, but it's a joint. How cool is that? I can't do this in Shaper. I'm really happy with this. I'm so happy I finally learned it. It's got so many cool features. Just expect more Fusion 360. I won't be doing a tutorial series because it will just be the blind leading the blind. So now that I've got it all planned out, let's print it out. Okay, it's finished printing. Let's do a little bit of post-processing and let's stuff the electronics inside. The electronics are always as easy as possible. The battery connects to the battery control unit. The battery control unit connects to the switch, which then powers the D1 mini. And then the servo connects to the D1 mini. Just make sure to connect it to the 5-volt rail instead of the 3-volt rail. So after hours of work, here it is. Look at how cool it is. It's so cool. It just waves the flag. The battery lasts like 2.5 hours and you can just recharge it with USB-C or you can just run it off a battery bank. That works too. I'm so happy with this. Oh, you don't think it's bright enough? Okay, I'll go back to work. After hours of work, I think I found the answer. The double flag waver. How cool is that? It waves 2 of them with 1 servo. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for stopping by. I know I've recently had an influx of subscribers due to the pill dispenser video. I know a lot of you are probably going to unsubscribe because you only came here for the pill dispenser video. But nevertheless, thank you for joining. Just to finish off this episode, I have a Patreon. I've had it for a while. I've just never said anything. I have a Patreon. It's got exclusive content like vlogs and bloopers and probably some other upcoming projects and stuff. I usually have these videos done like a week before I publish them, so they'll probably be up on Patreon before YouTube. So if you want early access, join me there. Right, that's it for today's video. I'm just gonna wave myself off with the flags. Goodbye.